Do you find it hard to say no to others? Are you running around living everyone else's life instead of living your own? Do the people in your environment drain you, and do you find it difficult to set boundaries? My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. We can neglect ourselves by living for somebody else. If we're constantly saying yes to everything and everyone else, we're saying no to ourselves. This is the thing. We think that we're good people because we give. But are you giving back to yourself? You know what I mean? Are you losing yourself in order to give to other people? Are you draining yourself in order to give to other people? The main reason that we say yes to everyone, we're people pleasers, or we do everything for others instead of ourselves, there's two main reasons. One of them being that we're seeking external validation. We need to be loved. We need to be needed. So the only way we're going to feel worthwhile is by getting it externally. So we think that we're going to be appreciated for all the things we do. And a lot of the times we're fucking not. Another reason is because we're neglecting our own lives. We're unconsciously refusing to face our own stuff, refusing to live for ourselves. So it's easier for us to ignore ourselves and to be busy doing things for everyone else. This is why we say yes to overtime and work. This is why we say yes to everything everyone else asks us to do. And this is why we put our priorities at the bottom of the list. And we say to ourselves, if I don't get time to do those things for me, that's okay. That's fine. But the more we give, especially to the wrong people, the less we're going to feel good about ourselves. This is the thing. We will drain ourselves in order to help somebody else. We've been led to believe that it's selfish to put ourselves first, that we have to do everything for everyone else. But this is to the detriment of our health, physical and mental well-being. It fucks us up effectively. And this happened for me. Like when I went through my relapse, a lot of things were happening to me. So I became codependent on my dad again. I felt I had to help him with everything. I took on the role of caretaker. And I was like, effectively fixing his life instead of fixing my own. And the more I neglected myself, the more I became depleted. My physical and mental health and well-being deteriorated. I was so drained in his company, in his energy, as well as that he had negative energy as well. I became so drained and depleted that I lost all sense of self. Everything in regards to my life went onto the back burner, and it just got ignored. I lost all ambition. I lost all of who I was, but I didn't set any boundaries. I used to have boundaries with my dad, but I neglected them because I went down into this energy of I need to be loved, or I need to be needed, or effectively I was afraid to face my own stuff as well. So I just went down. So it got to the stage where I had to completely walk away. And this is hard. Like we would put up with especially if it's family or people we've known a very long time, we put up with it. We don't even understand it at times. Do you know what I mean? We spend our whole lives in energy that fucks us up, but we just think that's how energy is. We don't understand energy. So we feel like we're tired all the time. We've no motivation. We've no will. We've no ambition. We've no drive. And we think that's normal. We think, I just had a bad night's sleep. Ask yourself this question. Is it actually the people in your environment that are draining you? You know what I mean? Is that the reason you're having a bad night's sleep? Is that the reason every day is draining? Because you're around the wrong people. And you'll notice the difference. We're all supposed to be able to energize each other. But when it comes to an energy vampire, somebody that we're overgiving to, who's literally sucking the life out of us, whether that be just by letting us do everything for them or literally being bad energy, we will be depleted and they will be high energy. And you're like, how are you so awake and I'm so fucking tired? How are you, energetic and I'm so drained? It's because they stole your life force. They literally sucked it out of you. Then you'll know by people who are high vibrational, you'll feel good after it. You'll know a big difference in how you feel after a conversation with somebody. If you feel high energy after a conversation with somebody, that's good person. That's good vibes. That's good vibration. That's just good energy all around. But if you're feeling like shit around people, that means it's the fucking people. It's not because you're just tired, and you're, as well as that, you're overgiving. As I said, a need for validation, but also, right, we believe, this happens a lot with us, the way we treat our parents, and parents how they treat adult children. So, for example, when it comes to the parent-adult-child dynamic, the parent will continue to do all the things they did for that words. So, like the parent will do all the things for the adult child that they did for that person when they were actually a kid. Do you get me? So, like, the parent will remain a parent even though the child is an adult and is well capable of doing it himself, and we let it happen. Like, I remember when I used to go back and visit my dad, there's a stage, this was a stage before I started to properly, get my shit together. He treated me like a child whenever I visited, and I acted like a fucking child. I was messy. I let him clean up after me. You know what I mean? It reverted back to the parent-child dynamic. So this happens if an adult child moves back home at any stage. It goes back into adult teenager, and the parent will continue to be a parent to this adult fucking child. And this happens where, like, it's a codependent dynamic. So, like, if you're not setting boundaries with your parent, for example, like, I had to get to a stage where I was like, no, hold on now. I live out of home. I'm only here to visit. I'm not here to revert back to my teenage ways. I'm going to maintain my sovereignty, my adulthood, my maturity while I'm here. So I started to act like an adult in front of my dad. And then he started to treat me like an adult. You get me? And then it goes the other way. When we start to mollycoddle our parents way too young. If you treat an older person like they're fucking old and they allow you to do it, then they will seize up and be incapable of doing it for themselves. So you keep saying, oh, my parent needs me, they're getting old. No, you're literally creating their decline, effectively, because you're preventing them from remaining independent. Because there was a documentary years ago where these elderly people were taken out of a nursing home, put into a house, and told to fend for themselves. They had to start cooking for themselves, cleaning for themselves, doing everything for themselves again. And guess what happened? Their joints started to move again. They started to unseize and they started to feel good about themselves. Because you know as well as I do, when you have independence, when that's taken away, for example, if you get sick and somebody has to look after you, you have like no independence. Like literally you're being parented for a week or whatever it is. That feels demeaning. It feels like you're worthless. So effectively, when we start to parent our parents early on, we're effectively creating the feeling of worthlessness and lack of codependency in these people. So, like, not only are we hurting ourselves by not setting boundaries, we're hurting the person by not letting them live their own lives. So it's a two-way street. Like, we think we're being selfish by stepping back, but we're actually being selfish by doing everything for them. And this will happen if you set a boundary. Like, this is what happens as well. If you do everything for another person, they come to depend on you so much that if you turn around and choose yourself and say, today I choose me, today I'm not going to do the thing that upsets me, they will actually attack you and be like, excuse me, you're supposed to fucking do everything for me. Why aren't you doing everything for me today? How dare you do something for yourself? This is effectively what happens. So then there ends up in a bit of a retaliation. Do you know what I mean? When I took a step back from my dad, he accused me of having a mental disorder. Like, he actually said that. I said, I can't be around your low vibrational and negative energy. And he said, have you been to the doctor? Have you got a mental disorder? Those were his exact words. That day I blocked him and I haven't seen him in 3 years. And this is the thing. We say yes to everything and everyone. And we think we cannot set a boundary, especially if it's a family member. I feel obligated to do this. I feel obligated. It's my job to look after that. No, it's not. The only person you're supposed to look after is yourself. And if you're constantly draining yourself by doing everything for everyone else, you're never going to look after yourself. And how are you supposed to be 100% for anyone if you literally drain yourself by living somebody else? You're sitting on the sidelines of your own life. You're literally watching your life go by while you're actually playing a match for somebody else, if you get me. You're playing that game for somebody else. And you're not taking that time to heal yourself. And there's so many things, like we make excuses. It's like, Why don't you do it this way? Why don't you take a step back and get somebody else to do that today? Or can't I have to be the one to do it? Why have you got to be the one to do things? Why can't you get somebody else to fill in for you today? The same if you ring in sick for work. They're going to find somebody. You know what I mean? Like we think to ourselves, I can't ring in sick for work. They won't have anyone. And this happens actually in most Irish jobs. You're the supervisor, but they don't train anyone else to do the fucking job properly. So when you're out, everything goes to fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? So like you effectively think that's the way it's going to be in life, is that like, you know, you're the only one trained to look after your parents, or you're the only one trained to say yes all the time because you've got the car, or you've got this, or you've got that. Get a fucking taxi. You know what I mean? Like if you're actually sick, if you're actually unwell, you can't say yes. And that person is going to find a way. They really are. You know what I mean? And they're probably well capable of doing everything for themselves. But because you decided, I'm going to do everything for you, they're going to sit back and go, I'm going to let you do everything for me. You know, and then this comes to just energy as well. It might not be that you're saying yes to all these people. It might be just that you're saying yes to being in their company. Is your environment draining you? Are the people in your life sucking the fucking life out of you? Because like you'll realize this as well. When you start to do your own growth and healing, you'll start to become more aware of your energy. Like before I wasn't aware of it. Oh my God, the people that were in my life that were sucking the life out of me. And you know, I'd be going into the next room and I'd be saging myself, wondering what the fuck do I feel so low for? Do you know what I mean? And then I'd be like, it's only a few years later that I'm realizing that person was low energy. That person was low energy. That person was low energy. But now I'm aware prior to meeting somebody. So if I meet somebody and they're not good energy, I'm like, nah, last time I'll see you. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm at the stage now where I know I don't have to put up with shit. Like for example, the family thing, like, the amount of times you hear people saying, I have to go home for Christmas. I haven't seen my family in a year, but I have to go home for Christmas, and everyone's going to be fighting with each other, and it's going to be fucking really depressing. It's like always the same, like every argument and all this shit. And I'm like, why are you putting yourself in that situation? Why? Oh, because it's your family, you know, I have to. No, you don't. I spent the last 3 Christmases on my own with my fur babies because I've chosen not to put myself into an environment that was unhealthy. Do you know what I mean? I've chosen, and you know, it's hard to be on your own. It is hard. But it's harder to be drained and to be around things that lower your vibration. Do you know, whereas like years ago, I would have put up with my dad. So like we would have had an argument and I would have had to stay in that energy. Like every time, it got so bad that every time I went there, even the drive to get there and being there, I was depleted from the moment I got out of the car. My energy just wasn't there because I was already drained. I hadn't fulfilled enough. You know, so like, for example, if you're around the wrong person and you're drained, if you take some time away, you'll start to replenish. But if you don't take enough time away in between drainage, as we'll call it, you actually end up never really coming back up. So like your glass is not only is your glass half empty, it's fucking empty and shattered, right? And then instead of refilling your cup, your cup has barely put a couple of pieces back together, and you meet that person again, and then just the pieces break again. Do you get me? So your cup is constantly empty and shattered all the time because you're not giving yourself enough time, or you're not setting enough boundaries in between in order to fulfill them. Like this is the thing, like, you know, you think maybe, I'm tired, or I have healing to do, or I have this or that or the other, and that's the reason I'm tired all the time. No, the reason you're tired all the time is because you're spending time with the wrong people. And you're literally going the next day and spending time with the same people. That was like me when I felt I had to be caretaker to my dad. He didn't have a car for a while. So 4 days of the week, I would spend up there. 4 days of the week for 6 weeks, I spent up there. That was my downfall. That completely fucked me up. So literally, I had no time in between to refill my cup. And I kept going down, 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 down. So this is the thing, like if you're literally surrounding yourself by toxic energy, and then the next day surrounding yourself by toxic energy, and then the next day surrounding yourself by toxic energy, guess what's going to happen? You're never going to replenish, and you're going to be in a constant state of zombie mode effectively. Like I was so depleted. My mental and physical health was deteriorating. my energy was so low, I had a fear-based entity attached to me and feed off this low energy. I had rashes all over my face. My immune system, I didn't really have a fucking immune system because I kept getting, ill or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I was constantly in a state of grey, darkness, black energy. I had no will to live. I had no determination. I had no willpower. I had no strength. And my whole life was being neglected because I didn't set any boundaries. I had to walk away completely from that energy. So you see, we have to start to assess our energy now. And this is the thing now. Like, I used to put up with arguments. I used to put up with this or that or the other because it was family or because it was a friend I'd known for so many years. Now I'm like, no. If I'm in somebody's company for 5 minutes and I don't like it, what do? I get the fuck out. I know now what I can handle, and I know now what I can't handle, and I will not be in energy that sucks the life out of me. So I've learned to set boundaries and maintain my boundaries. So not only will I not be around people who deplete me, I'm no longer a people pleaser either. I'm not going to put myself out if it's going to fuck me up. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to do something if it's going to neglect myself, if it doesn't feel right. Simple thing of going to a party and you don't want to go to that party. You don't want to be around your work friends, the Christmas party or whatever it is. And it's just like, I don't get on well with my colleagues, so I don't want to go to this. But then you go and then you get drunk and then you end up making a fool of yourself. And then it's like, it just feels so out of place or whatever. Whereas you have a choice. You can say, I don't want to go to this party. This happened for me when I started to realize I had to walk away from a group of friends. My first time not going up there was New Year's. And I actually chose to spend the New Year's on my own because I was like, I can't be around that energy right now. And it was a hard decision for me to make. But I was like, my stomach was actually aching that day before I was supposed to drive up. And I was like, why is my stomach aching? And I was like, and at the time I started to listen to my body. So like, if you're getting stomach ache or if you're getting headaches around certain people, that's another clear sign they're not good people. So I started getting a stomach ache before I had to leave. And I was like, look, your body is screaming at you. Your body will tell you in physical symptoms if something doesn't feel right. So not only will you feel tired and drained, you will be getting headaches and stomach aches around these people as well. So I started to listen to my body. And I was like, I have a stomach ache for a reason. Why do I have a stomach ache for a reason? Because you don't want to go. Your soul is telling you this is not for you anymore. So I listened, and that was the first time I said no to a party when I really, and I chose to stay on my own. And this happened, for a few years, but I started to become aware. So become aware of how you feel. Become aware of what your body feels. Become aware of how your energy feels around people. You know what I mean? And become aware of you're allowed to say no, like. You don't have to say yes to everything. And I promise you, you're not the only person who has to look after other people. Like, other people have cars. Other people have means. Do you know what I mean? Like, you think, oh, they need me because of this. They need me because of this. They need me because of this. You're not the only person on the earth that can fulfill these needs. You're not. So if you're actually going out of your way to lower your energy, that's a fucking choice. We're getting to choose right now. Choose to listen to our body. Choose to listen to our soul. Choose to listen to what's right for us. So we're getting to choose our environment. Are you going to choose to forever remain drained in the same energy? Remain with a shattered cup? Literally getting your life sucked out of you every single day and there's no life left. This happened to me. There was no life left in me. And I don't know if you've seen the Trolls movie, the one where they were sucking the song out of them, and you see at the end of it where the troll is in this glass cage and it's like literally about to fucking die because they sucked the life out of him. That's what it felt like for me. My inner self was screaming at this glass and just, get me out of here, get me out of here. And I didn't know why she was screaming at me because I couldn't fucking hear her. I didn't know why. And then I realized it's because of the fucking people in my environment. And I was like, the only way to even survive right now is to walk away. So I chose myself. And it's very hard to do. I know it's very hard to do when it comes to family and friends. But I would not be sitting here right now if I hadn't chosen myself. I wouldn't have come back health-wise and mentality-wise if I hadn't chosen myself. I don't know where I'd be right now, but I certainly wouldn't be sharing my content with you guys and helping others and coaching people, because I wouldn't have had the energy or the means to do it. It boggles me. Like, if I had stayed in the situations that fucked me up, I don't know where I'd be. I definitely wouldn't be here. And I could just imagine I'd be on medication, or I'd be in a fucking hospital or something, because I just wouldn't have been able to physically survive, because I was around such wrong energy. So this is the important thing to remember. This life is about you. We're put into isolation for a reason on this journey. We have to walk away from the people in our environment. And the reason you're put into isolation is to choose your purpose path. We're here for a higher reason. We're here for more. We're not here to babysit our parents. We're not here to babysit our friends who are no longer in alignment with us. We're here to help the next person, and we're here to help the next generation. How can you change the world if you don't change yourself? You know, we keep thinking, I have to help this one person, and then drain yourself in the process. That means you cannot help the next person, or help the next generation, or help your future children. Like, you need to start creating a better environment for yourself and for the future. Not for the past. We're not here to fix the past. We're here to fix the future. We're here to heal the past, but we're here to fix the future. And we can only do that if we choose ourselves. This is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Self-love is not selfish. Setting boundaries is not selfish. The right people will respect your boundaries. And if you need to take time away from somebody in order to replenish your energy, that's okay. They will respect it. And if they don't fucking respect it, walk the fuck away. And that's what I had to do. And I'm better because of it. Yes, it's difficult. It's so difficult. But it's the best thing you'll ever do. Choosing yourself and setting those boundaries is the best thing you'll ever do. If you want to make a change in this world, start now. Do it for your children. Do it for your future children. Forget the fucking past. You are not here to babysit your parents. You're not here to run around after everyone else and do their lives for them. You're here to live your life and create a better future. That's what it's all about. So don't feel selfish about choosing yourself. Start to listen to your body. Start to listen to your energy. And start to find ways to replenish it. And if that means cutting people off, if that means setting boundaries, then do that. Because you're the most important thing here. And your life needs to be lived. You have to stop living somebody else's. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. If you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today. Love nothing more than to help in your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share a guided meditation every week. The info for that is in the description box. And I'm hosting a free feminine empowerment workshop on Wednesday, the 13th of May at 6 p.m. Ireland UK time, for us ladies to get together and support each other and help each other grow. If you want info for that, please comment below.